Supermodel Christie Brinkley made her Broadway debut last year playing Roxy Hart in Chicago. After her critical acclaimed run on Broadway, she took the musical to London's West End, and Christie is now getting ready for a 2-week engagement at the Pantages Theater, and that begins next week. Christie, thank you so much for being with us. Such an honor to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
When we first heard that you were doing Chicago, I don't remember knowing that you knew how to sing. I knew that you knew how to dance because I grew up on Uptown Girl, as we all did, right?
Well, that's what I thought when they asked me. I was like, are you sure? Could you double check with them, because they must be thinking of somebody else.
Yeah.
And my agent said, no, they were asking about you. And I was like, but why? I mean, and so then I asked them, well, if you could please just get me the script. And he was like, oh, you'll never have time to do it, you know. So I said, yeah, but they asked me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spend the rest of my life thinking, shoulda, woulda, coulda. What if?
Broadway, yeah.
You know, and it's always been a dream of mine. I mean, I put on so many pretend Broadway shows as a child, and but you know, life took me off in different directions, and
so many other
I never got the formal,
right?
You know, I never got the training, and so I thought, well, that dream will never happen. So I just appreciated every show that I went to, and now all of a sudden I'm being asked if I'm interested in being in the show.
Yeah.
I was like, well, and then I read the script and heard that iconic music, that candor and
that we
heaven.
all, that's the one I always remember.
Just, right? I mean, all that jazz, the name on everybody's lips, Roxy, you know, nowadays, you know, I couldn't even believe that I was going to be trusted with this iconic material.
But were you nervous? Because you know, people must have been waiting to think, okay, can she sing? Can she dance? Can she pull it off? I mean, what were the nerves like for you to do all that?
You know what? I was nervous only once. Like after I auditioned and I got the part, and then I started to learn some of the dance steps, and then I went to see the show. Now I know, like, okay, that's a shim sham.
Show me you do your little shim sham. Can you do something for me?
Well, not really, because it involves the feet.
Well, then, believe me, the camera will move around to show Christie's feet.
But when I went and sat in the audience, and then I'd see them like stirring the honey pot, and I'd see them doing the shimmies and the.
That's the shimmy I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I thought, oh, that's how it's done. I didn't look like that in rehearsals, but I'm working with professionals. You know, Chicago is the longest running American revival on Broadway.
All the Tonys.
And yes, all the Tonys, the greatest material, but because they've got this history, they know how to download it onto you, you know. And I got to work with the conductor, Leslie Stifelman, and she taught me all about, you know, how to breathe and where to place the emphasis, and if it's a vowel and if it's a diphthong, and I got to work with Anne Reinking herself.
Oh, yeah.
I got to work with Gary Christ, who actually was the choreographer of Uptown Girl.
So you see, it comes full circle.
Yeah.
And to come back, I mean, because you're a Malibu girl, to come back here now and to be at the Pantages for 2 weeks, what is that like for you?
It's so amazing. I keep, when I walked into the Pantages, where I had gone to see, you know, films and plays, and always just marveled at the build itself is incredible, with this just layers of history and that whole Hollywood feel.
And
you know,
you're going to be there.
And yes, when I walked in there this morning for the first time, I just couldn't help but think, life is so amazing. You know, I left California to pursue my
art first, right?
Yeah, I wanted to study art in Paris, and then somehow that segued into modeling, and I met Eileen Ford, and Eileen Ford came to one of my last shows on Broadway just recently.
Well, she must have been so proud.
And she had tears in her eyes, and she said, "I'm so proud of you." And I said, "Eileen, I never could have dreamt when you set me on this road, you know, when you gave me the Ford Model Seal of Approval, that somehow that would lead me to Broadway."
You know what? I want to talk to you for another hour, but we're running out of time because with you, the beauty, your children, your beautiful daughter, and her
my skincare,
Christie Brinkley,
Christie Brinkley, skincare.com.
It never stops for you, right?
No. I love to keep going and doing things, but I must say, doing Chicago has been a dream come true, and I really urge everybody to come.
May 15th.
If you're in the San Diego area too, come to the Civic Theater. We're kicking off tomorrow in San Diego. We'll be there a week, then we come up here. May
15th through 27th.
Through the 27th at the fabulous Pantages
Good luck,
Theater.
and break the leg.
Thank you so much.
But not really. We'll be right back right after this.